What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Brad talking baseball, episode 62. Means we got 100 more to do. And it's a great time to check in over at Tankathon to see about the remaining strength of schedule. And we'll do that. We've got 2 bets. We were hot yesterday. We're 3 in a row. We're trying to keep it rolling. McClanahan is too expensive, so we're going to stay away from the Rays. But they're likely to win that game, I think. Mike Brosseau, RBI, Zunino, RBI, Margot, home run. The right-handed hitters of the Rays are not a liability anymore, and it used to drag them down. They used to struggle mightily with right-handed pitching, but you've got rock and roller Rosarena, and when you add him into the mix, there's a lot of right-handed pop now. There's enough, especially with Zunino. My goodness, the guy is just out of his shoes, but he hits these titanic bombs. It's been a while since we've seen one from him, but he's doing enough, man. And I can't emphasize enough how important that is for the Rays that they're able to hold their own against lefties now. It's very important for that team. McClanahan, like we said, too expensive. We'll see how it turns out tonight, but I really think the Rays can do this one and get to 40 wins, be the first 40-win team in the majors. I think it's likely, and it's probably on their mind. As far as the bets go for today, we're taking Alek Manoah. We're taking the Blue Jays. Lance Lynn is great. The Blue Jays do enough for Manoah, or have so far. They've won both his starts. I was skeptical that first start against the Yankees. We bet the Yankees because, man, that's a big stage for a young guy to come in after not having just experience professionally pitching. So he's had a couple games to get it under his belt, and we got this game on national TV on ESPN tonight, and I think Toronto's going to show out for him. They lost 6-1 last night. I don't expect Toronto's bats to stay quiet. Their bats are dangerous. It's a relentless lineup. You're not going to keep them down for this long, and I really think they're going to show out for Manoah today. I think Manoah is as advertised. We're going in on some of his cards. Hopefully the bids are coming due today, and I'm getting some good looks at Alek Manoah auto stuff. So we're on that. We're also going over 10 runs. That's a big number, I know, but it's Houston at Boston. It's minus 104 for the over of 10. It's Eovaldi. I mean, I'm not scared. It should be like it was last night for the Astros. I mean, both of these teams just hit. And in that yard, I don't think Odorizzi is going to hold him in. I think Odorizzi has a pretty decent split there from when he was with the Rays, but he was up and down his whole career with the Rays. You never knew what you were going to get with Odorizzi. That's why they dealt him. He was not consistent, and that's why he got shuffled out. So against that lineup, too, goodness, I think there's going to be a lot of runs. And when the number is even, it's so much better to go over these days with the ghost runner thing, because if you get to the even number, you win. That's always the thing, because it's going to go extras, hopefully, or you always give yourself a shot there. I like having the 10. I'm not really afraid of it when it's going to be a fireworks show like this. The bets have been hot lately, so we just decided to roll with 2 today because we've had a good feeling about it lately. So the Rays, after that 3-1 win, they're going to do it again tonight, I think. White Sox at Jays, we touched on it because we're betting that one again. We're betting the Jays tonight. And I wanted to also note, San Francisco's won again, and they're not pulling away. But sitting on top of the NL West for as long as they have this year, every day that they're up there, you have to take note of it, and we have been. I also wanted to pose the question, if Cleveland were to play the Yankees in a 3-game set starting today, who would you have in that? I would have to be Cleveland. And that was kind of a revelation for me when I was looking at the strength of schedules going forward. So interesting notes from the Tankathon website where they try and put it out there for tanking teams trying to get draft picks, and that it's not really as applicable in baseball, but it happens in baseball. not to the extremes maybe in other sports. But Tankathon also has the baseball page, and I'm going to put it in the notes. Obviously, 100 games to go. We're on episode 62 here. 100 games left in the season. Strength of schedule left. Yankees at 4th. Red Sox in 5th with a 5.14 and a 5.12. So the average winning percentage in this algorithm of their opponents for the rest of the season is above 500 teams. That's ranking 4th and 5th. That's tough. The rest of your games are against above 500 baseball teams. That's harder than where you find the Rays, even though the number differences don't sound that great. When you're talking about for that big of a sample, it's kind of indicative. 22nd on the list, you'll find the Rays with a 4.93. So the remainder of their schedule is against teams sub 500. And then, of course, you factor in there that it's Tampa Bay's got the Yankees and the Red Sox coming up in their schedule included. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's an uphill climb. But the Yankees have been doing this to themselves over the recent history where they dig themselves a big hole for injuries or whatever reason it is, don't play well, and then they storm back. So you can't count them out, but that strength of schedule is an interesting note. Yanks, 4th, remaining strength of schedule. Red Sox, 5th, remaining strength of schedule. And the East is tough. Obviously, that plays into it. But the Rays play in the East, too, and they're down there at 22. With Atlanta, Houston's down there. Some of those teams that we like have a weaker schedule going forward. And another note from the strength of schedule on Tankathon that I wanted to bring up. The bottom 3, San Francisco, San Diego, and LA. They have the weakest strength of schedule left. Now, that number is skewed, and they're way down there because of all the games against Arizona and Colorado that they have, and those guys are going to really bring down the number. And that's why you don't see those Central teams maybe as much. They have some weak opponents. Anybody with a bunch of Twins on their schedule, for example, or Tigers, or however you look at it that way. The strength of schedule going forward, when you boil it all down, is the Rays have an easier strength of schedule than their AL East foes. So that's another strength. And we've got the Rays to win the World Series at plus 2,200. Oh, mercy. It was just for fun, but I love it. What a bet. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I wanted to, before we go, make a little note about these cards that we've been pulling. Nicky Two Strikes here, the Rookie of the Year favorites. I really love this card, but my wife got a pack of Bowman for me that just out of the blue. This is out of the one pack. But the winner, you're not going to believe it. I was hoping and wishing. It's not a joke. That's a freaking Wander Franco prospect Bowman, and I could not be happier. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's not his rookie chrome or anything, but man, out of a pack, you know I want the Wander. Stay with me on the cards, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going to lead you astray on this. It's really, I'm going to go to move some of these today. This Javante, I know it's a baseball show, but this like chrome leaf Javante Williams rookie is amazing. And then look what I pulled out of this deck. I got a rough cut deck. All the special cards were wasted. All the special cards were wasted. But it was a Lawrence and a Lance. What? So we'll take it. It's been a great day. This card thing is extremely fun. And I'm not investing huge amounts of money, but some of these cards that I'm getting are worth a great deal. Obviously, the grading has to still come in, and we'll see how they work with that. But we're following it here, so stick with us. Don't forget, Bascom's Chop House, best steakhouse in St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater, right close enough to the airport, 15 minutes from the Trop. Get out there for a great steak, great bottle of vino. He's got the bubbles, too, if you like to party. Fishtails at Homosassa, great times, great food, great boozers. We love it out there. Get some rum runners in you. And then, of course, if you want to take the trip out to the Philippines, let us know. We'll hook you up at Bravo Beach Resort. Why not? You might get a couple of points. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We're going to do 162.